Okay, well, thank you everyone for being here or for watching this. Tonight we're joined by two faculty members that helped build the Library Readiness mini course. Dr. Teresa Johnson is a professor of kinesiology and health promotion at Troy University. And Dr. Leora Waldner is a professor of public administration at the Atlanta campus. And so, Dr. Waldner, go ahead and
Thank you so much, Dr.
well,
Stewart.
you're
All
welcome.
right, if any of you have ever thought to yourself, gee, I wish there was a way that my students could know how to use the library so that they could succeed better in my class, then you are in the right place because we have a great tool for you to use to do exactly that. And it's called the Library Readiness Mini Class. So we're going to do a quick tour of this tool, excuse me, and also talk about how you can integrate it or even require it as part of your class. So here it is, and as you can see, it's not really a true class. It's a website, which is great because it means it's free. Students can take it on demand. It's open access 24/7. And it's really just a series of sections. So students don't even need to do the whole thing. For example, if they really only want to know how to improve their search skills, they can go right here to the search tips. But some of them would benefit from taking the entire thing. And there's even a quiz at the end. We'll talk about that in a second. Well, actually, I'll talk about it now. It pulls randomly 15 questions out of an 84 question test bank, and it sends them a certificate of completion if they successfully answer 80% of the questions correctly. So the mini course was developed by a team of Troy librarians and our own Teresa Johnson, Dr. Johnson, and those wonderful librarians include Alyssa Martin and Jay Brandis. So they have stockpiled their best tips in here. Everything from about the campus libraries, how to get help, research process, finding books and articles, search tips, interlibrary loan, etc. So what do you get when you actually click in one of those sections is you get something like this, basic information plus these pretty neat 2-minute videos so they can really see how it works here at Troy. And I'll do one more example here. We don't have to go over every section, but this is find articles and it's hyperlinked. So if they want to know, hey, how do I find newspaper articles? It'll jump right to that section. And ooh, there's a cool 3-minute video. So this can be quite the powerful resource. And the students that have been surveyed who've taken this class said that it's been very beneficial for them and they've really improved their library skills and their information literacy skills. So how can you use this if you want to incorporate it in your class? Well, there's many ways. And one is just to include it as an optional resource. And I'm going to show you how I did that in my most recent class. Here is my flex class I taught a couple terms back. And if I go to my modules, in my Start Here module, I have a Prep for Success page. And in that Prep for Success page, it's just optional tutorials they can use to succeed in the class. You can see number 1 is the library readiness one. I also have plagiarism tutorials, APA, all kinds of other goodies. If anybody would like this Prep for Success class, it's super easy to share pages now on Canvas. So just send me an email at lwaldner@troy.edu and I can just push this over to you and you can edit it any way you want. But another thing you could do is create an assignment in the class and require your students to complete this quiz right here. Let me go back. And when they get that certificate via email, they have to upload it and you give them a certain amount of points for it, 5 points or whatever you feel is appropriate. Now, there's even a better way to do it thanks to Frida Wilson, one of our instructional designers. She took those 84 quiz questions about the library and she put it into a Canvas test database. So now you can integrate your own Troy Library quiz directly into Canvas. All you have to do is get in touch with Frida Wilson or your own instructional designer associated with your class, and she can import it directly into your Canvas shell, and you can customize it. So let's say you wanted to pull 20 questions, and you want it to be worth 10 points. So all you have to do is contact your designer, say, please import the library mini quiz into my Canvas shell, and it'll integrate directly with your gradebook. You can pick how many questions, you can even change the questions. So that is a fantastic tool we're very excited excited about. Now, Dr. Johnson has different ways of incorporating it, so I'm going to turn this over to her for a minute. Teresa, how do you use this in your class? Oh, let me get away from that folic acid slide. Teresa, go for it.
Well, one of the things that I have found very helpful is to incorporate the library mini course into assignments. And you can see an example here where I'm having the students to go and actually identify some articles, some research articles, and summarize them. And so I put the video that Dr. Wallner did actually into the assignment instructions, just so that students can recall if they've done the library tutorial in the past, or maybe they haven't done it. They will have that information ready to go. Okay, next. Another one is actually have a live class meeting, and I've done that too, I have one particular class where papers are a very important part of the course, and so we spend an entire time at one of the they either bring their computer, or we find a computer lab, and the students actually go through the tutorial as a class meeting. Another idea is to require proof of completion as a part of course requisites. You can post a link in the syllabus and say that it's required, or you could tell them that if they have previously completed it for another course, that would be acceptable too. But just a little caveat, I have heard from some instructors that students are pretty good at taking that image and making it look like their own. So next slide. You could incorporate those questions into your course tests and let the students know that you're going to do that. And I think it would encourage them to actually complete the mini course rather than trying to pretend that they did it.
Thank you, Teresa. And on that note, we actually have what's called a LibGuide, or a library guide, where we have the whole collection of those 2 and 3 minute videos. So let's say you just want to use the how-to videos in your class. We can get those all to you, and you can use them in your modules or however you want to do it. So that is it. And let's see, Dr. Stewart, did you see any questions that came up?
No questions.
Okay, you guys are going easy on us tonight, so we'll get out of here early. But yes, there are multiple ways to use this fantastic tool in your class, and it really is quite beneficial to the student because we're preparing them to be better scholars, better researchers, and to be able to get better grades in our class and to contribute to academic discussions and scholarly discussions a bit more. So we hope that was helpful, and we'll see you at the next library event.